Yes, I've seen it. Thank you for sending this to me for the 1000th time. So we're going to watch a video here in my ongoing new series of Montoya reacts to stuff on the internet. This is by a YouTube channel named RiverGrit, growing nicely, and he is going to roast a bunch of Star Citizen organizations, including Test Squadron. Everyone sitting down, you ready for it? Let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Back by Pax.
Did you see that transition? Yeah, the whole countdown thing, and then it kind of flashed in. I gotta say, RiverGrit, I like your background. I love that you're wearing the black shirt and the cap. This is how it should be. I'm missing the headphones, though. Do I need the headphones? I feel like I'm not professional if I don't wear the headphones. But my background, am I due for a new background, too? Anyway, let's hear it.
Popular demand, it seems we have enough juice now to squeeze the drama lemon. There are a handful of new orgs that made the list that will accompany some older ones. Who would have guessed that it would be a flight model to kill some of these PvP orgs? And
I like where this is going right away because I used to do these. If you remember in the early days when Test Squadron was just kicking off, the things which actually brought us a lot of members was me going online and just pooping all over the other organizations. We're saying, look how bad they are for whatever reasons, and we're the best. And you know what? It worked. I mean, we got pretty huge pretty fast. So I appreciate the hustle. The game recognizes the game here, absolutely.
not a rings video. Anyway, this is RiverRoast.
Let's go. Medrunners.
Medrunner. Now, surprisingly, it wasn't the flight model that killed this org, it was Tier 0. Because let's just be honest, nobody actually wanted to call Medrunner. They just didn't want to lose their armor. Now,
I did not think about that. You're right. Medrunners, I absolutely love what Medrunners did with their brand and how they did it. Medrunners found a niche, and they said there's got to be healers in this MMO, okay? And they said, will there be interest in people wanting to be healers? And there was, and they created a beautiful website. There was even an app at some point, I think, where you can type in where you are and it sends an alert to them in their Discord and someone comes and rescues you. I didn't think about how T0 would mess things up for them. He's right. For those new to Star Citizen, what he's saying basically is if you go run a bunker, this is back before the previous bunch of patches, and you went down, you got shot and went down, you would lose all your gear. So what you do is you'd call out Medrunners and they'd come rescue you, so they'd revive you so you get to keep your stuff. I didn't think about that. T0 did definitely mess it up. So what is happening with Medrunners? Is it really dead?
now, officially, the medic gameplay loop is considered roleplay.
And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with people wanting to play healers in the game. If Medrunners got hit by this for activity, which I guess they did, I'm sorry to hear that, guys. I love what you've done with your org, and if you are around, hang in there. I think there's definitely value, and you bring value to the Star Citizen community, so hang around.
And none of you can tell me otherwise.
Oh. Here we go. Here we go.
Congratulations, Test Squadron. You are the largest org in Star Citizen history. A whopping 23,000 members, yet they can only muster at least 7 in comms at any given time.
I call BS on that, all right? When the patch dropped the other day, we had at least 14 people in comms, all right? But no, he's not wrong. Look, we have ups and downs. All these orgs have ups and downs. And nothing but respect to those orgs which are active and are pulling it off, because I know how difficult it can be. When we kicked off in Star Citizen, we were one of the early orgs using Discord. We had so many people in Discord that actual devs from Discord came to our voice channel and wanted us to stress test Discord. That's how busy things are, or things were. So, look, there's ups and downs. And I've said this multiple times already in a couple of videos that I'm taking a bit of a sabbatical. I'm going to break. I just don't have the drive to sit in there every single day like I used to, because it's been 12 years at this point, right? And I want Squadron 42. There's a bunch of things I want to see happen in this game, and I just don't have the drive. I'm not going to force myself. And I don't force anyone in Test Squadron to be active. There's no requirement for activity. Come, don't come, it's fine. Because I know when Squadron 42 does come out, this place will be busy. It will be insane. And so I'm in absolutely no rush at the moment.
Montoya, their leader, he's pretty easy to spot. He'll be in their Discord, in comms, 24/7, just muted and deafened.
You got me. No, it's true. It's absolutely true.
I'm not joking. Go there right now.
No, don't do it.
Let's do it right now.
Oh, he did it.
See,
No, he's absolutely right. You know what? I make no excuses. There was a time where I sat in there each and every single day. And if you're an org owner, and I know RiverGrit is, does he run his own org? I think he does. Growing your organization requires you to sit there and socialize and be the guiding beacon, the light that shines upon everything, and you have to enjoy people. And I love people. I love talking to people. I love meeting people. I love hearing about their life stories from any place in the world. This is what I love about Test Squadron and what I love about gaming orgs in general, gaming guilds, is the ability to meet people from all over the place and just hear the stories. And I did that. I did that for 10 years running. Did it work? Yes. It worked for 23,000 people. It got us to where we are. So I definitely recommend for those of you, don't be like me. Put in the time if you're growing your group. You have to be in there, and you really have to be a part of the fiber, the fabric that guides that guild where you want it to go. So yeah, definitely. I'm not active as I used to be, but that will change when this game does bring me back in.
I told you. These guys can talk a big game on X too. Check this out.
We will get a group of our...
So this kind of thing happens a lot. Go, Test Squadron said this or Test Squadron said that. We have 23,000 members. Now, I don't know who Taram... Actually, I recognize the avatar, but I don't know the name Taram. I think he has a different name in our Discord. There's one person that speaks, or maybe just my staff and mods also. This person is not part of the staff or mods. Is he? Oh, hope he isn't. Did I mess up on that? But if you did, then fine. You can talk crap on behalf of Test. When some random person from our guild, from Test Squadron, posts something, they don't speak on behalf of the entire organization. The only person who speaks on behalf of Test is me. And also keep in mind, because, some people are so stupid. And by some people, I mean most people are very stupid. I will talk about things Star Citizen related. And I will talk about things not Star Citizen related. Not every opinion of mine reflects the opinion of the entire 23,000 people in an org. We are not a monolith. People think for themselves also. And so the amount of times I get people go, you see what Montoya said about that? That's what Test Squadron thinks. Like, no, you idiot. But, I mean, face it, most people are stupid, right? Anyway, so Tar Amarth says, we're going to get a group of 20,000 black and gold bros to gank you. Yeah, come on. You know the Zerg will come, right? When Squadron 42 drops and we have a massive influx of thousands of people coming in, yes, definitely those things will happen. Is it happening right now? No, things are kind of quiet, and that's perfectly fine.
20k black and gold bros to gank you when you're mining, so we can harvest your tears. So if I were you, I would keep checking my 6.
But when it comes
I am Montoya, and I support that message. So it's official now.
down to actually fighting, you're going to have a harder time fighting NPCs.
Dude, those NPCs are tough, all right? I don't know what kind of tier 1, level A, S tier player you are, but NPCs are pretty tough, in my opinion.
The frat house of the PvP community is definitely Blight Veil.
There are so many new orgs out there, and I appreciate them putting in the effort. Blight Veil, I've never heard of, but let's see what he says.
Because of all the PvP parties they host. It's a shame, though. It seems as if they need to schedule their PvP. Because if they aren't hosting PvP parties and they find PvP naturally, they're getting wiped by Shadow Moses. And I wonder how that role-playing war that they had is going anyway.
So, I mean, I hear Shadow Moses is pretty good, and that's fine. The games need the good players. And getting wiped by someone who is better is perfectly fine as part of the game. So don't feel bad if you're part of these smaller orgs and these more elite PvPers come in and they wipe you. That's just part of the game. I want to see a point where we get where it's more of a chess game, where there's ways to counter that. At the moment, if you're a very skilled player in a light fighter, everyone will have a very, very tough time. I don't know if that's something will even change, but we'll see.
Forget skill. We're just going to Zerg as many people as possible.
Not everyone is going to be top tier, S tier skill in this game. It's impossible that everyone will be the best. So if you are being wiped by someone who's really good, that is fine. But I do think the game needs to give us options to fight that. And apparently these guys do the Zerg method.
Until we get a W.
And that's perfectly fine. Use what you can, right? I have an urge to watch World War Z now.
Pax Mortis.
Why do I recognize that name? Pax Mortis. I think they're one of the older orgs. Is it the org I'm thinking of? 1 second. Pax Mortis. It is them, right? For some reason, I thought they had a lot more members in that. Okay, let's see. What's the story with them?
Former org. I hold a special place in my heart for what's left.
So Pax is your former org, all right? I want to get to a point about this in a bit.
After them. They recently announced that they are holding another PAX tournament, which the whole community ended up naming the PAX Farewell Tournament. Unfortunately, a few days prior to the event, they had to cancel it due to not having enough people in comms to sustain a 2v2 on a regular basis.
All right. Let me just speak. I don't speak on behalf of PAX, but I know a lot of smaller orgs have had this problem. It is very, very challenging keeping people engaged. I know, well, Test Squadron is fortunate is that we have a constant influx of new excited members all the time, and I love seeing that. If you're new in Test, welcome. I love your passion and excitement. May you carry us forward in this baton race, and that's exactly what this is. I started sprinting with the baton, and I'm going to pass it off to my event coordinators and my staff members, and they'll keep on carrying it through the next guy when they'll take a break, right? And it's been like that. So Test Squadron has been very, very fortunate to have people to carry the baton forward. Smaller organizations might not have that luxury. So if you have a small org of 21 people and 19 of them have taken a break, you're in trouble. And as I understand, RiverGrit here left PAX and started his own organization with 43 people. And I wish you guys the best of luck. And I think you can find success if he keeps doing what he's doing over here. And that is keep people engaged by his content. That's what I did. That's how we succeeded. So if I can give you a word of advice here, RiverGrit, keep up the content and make sure you get these numbers up to the 100, the 200, the 300. Because there will come times where a lot of your members will be taking breaks. If you have some sort of activity requirement and they fail that, your numbers get cut in half very, very quickly. It's tough. It's tough running an org. It is not easy. At 43 members, you're not there yet. Once you get to 100, 200 members, you'll find you'll be dealing with a lot more interpersonal issues and dealing with drama within the org than actually playing, but you can wait for that curse later. But let's hear this.
Since the release of 4.0, we haven't really seen them much. I would assume they're probably still flying in the old flight model.
Hey, how's it going? I'm probably the best Star Citizen pilot in the universe. Anyway, I want a pizza, and I want meat lovers.
So this is going to be rough. Okay, I did browse over what he's about to say about them, and I don't speak for Avenger One. But like I've said before, anyone who puts time to create content in this game, I will support because I'm invested in this game financially and by time, right? So anything which brings people in to make it play and make people support the game is good. Avenger One, like many people who've put their face out there to represent a group of players, is going to draw a lot of flack. You are a lightning conductor, as we saw with him slamming Test Squad in the beginning. When you are anyone notable, if you are anyone important, you will draw fire, and that is just the name of the game. Avenger One has drawn a lot of ire in his years here. And I have to admire what Avenger One has accomplished in that he became a very good pilot. Is it the best pilot? I don't know what the rankings are. He's definitely in the top 10, the top 5. I'm not even sure anymore. But he's definitely a person that's put in the time to get where he has. And that I can respect. So let's see what's been said.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that skit was about him calling for pizza and saying he's the best player in Star Citizen. It's theatrics. When you do live streaming, when you do content, anything which is just outrageous and brings views is what happened there. So that's what he's slamming him.
AVS, home of the S tier ships. I don't really understand the fascination with snubs or racing ships. Maybe it's because AV1 feels safer and he doesn't die as easily while streaming.
I've become such a good defensive player. It's unbelievable, dude.
Let people fly what they want. He's not wrong. Small ships are hard to hit. If you can pull in 5, 10, 15 small ships to all shoot one target, you're going to do very well. And that's the tactic I believe he is mentioning here. I have no problem to do whatever. Players will always find the easiest way to get from A to B. If your goal is to blow something up and not be shot at, you will take small ships. That's all it is.
Okay, but real talk, I joined Squadron Battle the other day. I joined late, like maybe mid-round. And the enemy only had 900 points on the board. And the cap is 6,000. So I asked myself, what the heck is going on? Well, I found out what was going on. The whole entire enemy squad was all in M50s. Just please, do all of us a favor and think about it for a second. How effective can you be in an M50? Like a group of M50s. So
yeah, I don't know. Look, I'm a fan of the Wolf that came out. I'll be flying the hell out of that little ship. I'm not a good pilot by any means. There are a lot of people much better than me. In fact, I would say that 60% of the players in here are better than me, and that's perfectly fine. If the meta is small ships and too many people are doing it, CIG will rectify. They will change something. They will drop their shields. They will drop their armor. They'll make the ships harder to turn. They'll do something. So you'll find in the history of this game development, there's been times where one ship is always the meta and something else happens all the time. It'll be balanced out. So if right now, I don't know if this is current, but if everyone's in small ships again, watch. They'll check it. It'll be fixed.
Anyway, I went to the AVS Discord just for shits and giggles. And I kid you not, all 6 of them were in comms, cadets and all. How do you expect to pop a ship if you just plink their shields and run away immediately? Shame on you, Avenger One, for making all these bobs think that racing ships are top tier. You have completely ruined Squadron Battle for all of us.
Yeah, look, I've watched Avenger One's videos. They're very well done. The thing is, I am nowhere near the caliber pilot he is. So when he says, all you gotta do is just rotate around and bring the nose around, and then you pre-nose up, I'm like, man, I don't know. I just grab my heavy fighter, and I aim at the thing, and I keep shooting until it blows up or I blow up, and that's the extent of it. So I appreciate what Avenger One has done, but Avenger One's tactics work for him because he's a good pilot. It doesn't mean it's going to work for everyone, right?
It is so boring. When I have an M50 on my team in Squadron Battles, I just leave the match because they're just going to be dead weight. Yeah, I understand. A skilled pilot in an M50, they could just run, and they're not going to die as fast. But a new player in an M50... that's a free wrench. Man, with all these new players flying S-tier ships in Squadron Battle, AV1 is probably responsible for so many deaths. The math just doesn't math. Anyway, we also wanted to congratulate AV1 on his retirement from PvP.
What?
Hopefully we'll get more River videos. At least he won't be stressing out the local dom.
When did Avenger One retire from PvP? I have not heard anything about that.
Dominoes. Update. He's back.
Yeah,
and they have
okay.
a few good pilots now, especially the ones that fly Gladiuses. Just the only thing that I can't wrap my head around is why they leave every time SM gets in the server. Like, that would drive me nuts, because I just want to...
SM? Shadow Moses? I understand Shadow Moses is a pretty skilled org, and that's great. Every game needs its top-tier bunch of players, and the baton for that also gets passed from org to org. There are plenty of orgs that came before Shadow Moses, which were the top tier, and I'm not too familiar with them, but you know what? If they're good pilots and they're coming in and they're scaring people off servers, that's always been part of the game. I think that's funny, but I think that's also good. It's good to elicit fear like that. As an organization, you know, if people are fearing you, then you've done something right.
That wraps it up, guys. If your org wasn't mentioned, I either don't care about you guys or you're not important. So, thanks.
Don't say that. Listen, guys, if your org's not mentioned here, you are important. Each and every one of you that has put in the time and effort to create an organization in Star Citizen, and you put out the content, and you spend hours herding all the cats together so you can go on your address and go on a mission, it is important. But hopefully you'll get to the point where you are horrible and terrible enough that RiverRoast will mention you. Anyway, RiverGrit, good job. I enjoyed the video. Hope to see more like them. Best of luck with your org called 388. May you get to the curse of having 500 members, and I look forward to seeing more content from you. With that, ladies and gents, if you enjoyed my content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.